Well, that's always been a place, where I kind of start from. I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner, and nutrition is always where, I'm coming from, and I'm looking at things like toxins. That's why I love, we connected through the Great Plains people, and, their different organic acids tests and the GPL tox. And I'd
Yes.
imagine if you run that on children, you would probably find a lot of elevated levels of different environmental toxins. And I wonder if you could almost kind of correlate that to certain behaviors.
Absolutely. So my first discussion with families upon an intake, I hear what their concerns are, and then I begin to talk about, has the child had strep? Has the child had pneumonia? Any head trauma? And then I talk about the foods that they're eating. And then I begin to talk about the different studies to be run for me to first figure out how the brain is functioning. So it is going to be the oats test because I can see the neurotransmitters that's, in the gut. And I'm looking for also mold and other toxins and yeast. And there is a correlation because one thing that's consistent is inflammation. So inflammation, of course, is the culprit for many of our health concerns and underlying issues with disease. So I'm looking for those factors, and oftentimes it's like if I'm looking for ADHD, or if there's PANS and PANDAS, if I'm looking for anything that's a direct insult to the brain, you'll see lower levels of like choline, you see lower levels of B vitamins, you'll see lower levels of magnesium. And so I will look for those first and encourage the families. And some families are open to it. I think that many families are looking for something different, to not feel like that they are stuck to a prescription, because that just is an endless process. I think this allows parents to feel somewhat empowered that they can do something. They have something concrete that they can hold on to, and to see the various levels, and that there's things that you can actually do to improve that. And we've seen, great outcomes. I work with Dr. Marjorie McKnight, who is a traditionally trained pediatrician, but she's also trained in integrative medicine. And so I'm working with her. She has a phlebotomist, and so we work together to kind of get the blood work and some of the studies together, to like micronutrient testing, things like that, to kind of see what's really going on. Because even if you take the supplements, or if your body's not able to, like methylation is the issue, or if you're not able to absorb it, then you're doing nothing. And so got to kind of figure out, how is the body actually working and functioning, and also how is it metabolizing like energy. Then we have to kind of work with that first, and then heal the gut, and so it's the whole process. And so many families seem to be open to it and seeing lots of great results into doing this without having any psychopharmacology.